What is going on, everyone? Welcome on into yet another installation to our Star Wars The Clone Wars final season review. And for this episode, we are reviewing Unfinished Business, Season 7, Episode 4, joined yet again by my man, Poison. Poison, how are you doing today?
Fantastic.
All right. Glad to hear it, my man. Glad to hear it. So, if you guys haven't watched any of these reviews, if you're just tuning in now, welcome on in. We're glad to have you with us. Pretty self-explanatory, exactly what we do. We kind of go point by point through the episode and just kind of break down the things that we liked, the things that we didn't like, and then towards the end we give an overall review. So that's exactly what we're going to do here, and we're going to do exactly what we did for the first episodes. We're going to talk about the quote at the very beginning of the episode for this episode, Unfinished Business. Spoilers up ahead in case you guys didn't surmise that yet. So, quote here first: trust placed in another is trust earned. I think that's an absolutely phenomenal quote because there is a lot of truth to that. Absolutely true.
I don't really feel like it was stating a truth. I think it was more like telling you how to live life too.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Don't just throw it around. Make people earn it as well as earn it yourself. I thought it was like a good life lesson personally.
No, yeah, I'm right there with you.
These have been getting better episode after episode.
Like
I'm like, you know, more as it continues.
Yeah, and it's nice because because you have like so many shows out there that will just like, I think they very frequently sacrifice quality for quantity. Now, obviously, this isn't like a direct like correlation to that, but like, whoopsies, my bad. Don't touch the mic. We're good. But there is still a lot of. It's nice that they're willing to put thought into the thematic quote that goes into each episode and have it ring true. Now, obviously, there was that one that didn't really resonate with either of us, but since that point, they've been fantastic. I absolutely love them.
Agreed. Yeah.
So yeah, great quote. Absolutely fantastic. No other thing to say about it other than that.
Great episode.
So
I'm looking forward to ranking.
Yeah,
this one.
absolutely. Good episode. So this episode, it kind of wraps up the first arc in this season of the Clone Wars. We get to see the resolution with Echo and the Bad Batch and Rex and them like that whole transaction or whatever you want to call it for them, if securing this planet or being able to secure this planet.
Right.
Me personally, I think that this episode was very well done. I think that the mistrust of like from the Bad Batch going to Echo was very well executed on. I think it was a justifiable mistrust, and Rex was willing to put the faith into him due to his past experience with Echo, but also being willing to believe that there was that he still had control of himself.
Yeah.
So that dynamic between the two groups was very, very well done, and I kind of wanted to get your take on it, see what you thought.
No, I agree. I mean, I felt like it was a little rushed at first, then it felt too dragged out. But looking back, it was more of a battle between Rex and everybody else.
Yeah.
It was Rex standing up for a friend, which is true to who he is as a clone, as a commander. I thought it was good. I am glad that Echo is kind of where he is now. I'm glad to see him. I think he's ready to like rehabilitate and kind of get back into things.
Yeah.
But to also see that, yeah, I guess some of the moments too of trust me, and I don't know, just there's some real intensity behind every moment that, looking back, seems very deliberate from the actual writing of these episodes.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it have concluded and peacefully. No one died.
Yes, very true. So yeah, I'm right with you there. Small detail that I noticed when just a technical detail really. When Echo takes his like robotic arm and plugs it into the terminal, his eyes are like darting around as if he's like looking at all the different data that's coming his way. I thought that was a cool small touch. Like like it just goes to show the attention to detail does really matter, and people do notice those things, and it does make a difference. And I'm glad that they have continued to pay attention to that stuff as they go.
I thought it was a fun detail. That one in particular, it made no sense to me.
I thought it was
like
great.
A realistic standpoint, but what you're saying is that attention to detail, trying to show the depth to which this integration is in his body. Like, yeah, good point. That's a better. I like your look at it. I think it's a good
Yeah,
that's good.
because I mean, I like it's just the idea of like all the data like scrolling past, like as if it's like scrolling in front of his eyes type of thing. Like
right.
Yeah. So I thought that was a cool little detail. They continue to do very well with the construction of this show and these episodes, and I'm glad that they are continuing to do that. I thought again, action in this episode great, no surprise there. I'm sorry, not Anakin. We're gonna get to that here in a second. But Obi-Wan and Mace Windu coming down into the bay with all those droids there. I laughed. I laughed pretty hard when Mace Windu was like, I have up to this point destroyed over 100,000 units of your kind. This is your one opportunity to surrender. To blast them. Just like, we all know that's not gonna work, but
right.
It was good. It was good. I thought it was it was a more of a comedic touch than anything. Did it really make sense within the realm of like them being droids? No, of course not. But it worked within the realm of the Clone Wars in how they have chosen to handle the show in the past.
Yeah, Mace Windu has always been used, at least in the Clone Wars, as a sort of comedic relief in the plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's generally got something kind of, I mean, he's always got a serious tone to him, like, basically being the Grey Jedi, but he's always got this moment of humor too, and this relief.
Yeah.
This was that, I think. It was kind of neat.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. So again, good little moment. Another big thing during this whole conflict was Anakin going up to what was his name again?
Admiral Trench.
Admiral Trench. I think so. We're gonna go with that. Admiral Trench. Correct us in the comments if we're wrong.
Our confidence is what makes it right.
Yes.
This whole scene to me is debatable and how fast it was in his character progression or the digression. But dude, incredible, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he needs a password. We have to set up this bomb because, basically he knows they're on the clones can kind of see past them. They can kind of misdirect them with Echo, and they're all kind of onto this part of them. It's both sides now know that the other side knows everything.
Yeah,
and they're at a pass. And what are they gonna do? So here's a bomb. Here's my little thing. Anakin pins him up against his chair with the lightsaber, and of course Trench is kind of looking at him like, you're a Jedi. You won't touch me. At the most you'll take me as prisoner of war. And Anakin calls his bluff and cuts him. And then later on he tries to attack him, and then Anakin straight up kills the man, allegedly. I mean, the way they showed his eyes closed to me was a little bit of a I'll be back, which he's done in the past, so we'll see.
I think he's dead. I think he's dead.
I think he has to be dead for the character piece of Anakin. But this whole thing to me, dude, was crazy. What do you think?
I think it was a very accurate portrayal of really like I think it takes everything that Anakin has been and over the course of like the series of the Clone Wars and really just kind of accentuates it. And because my take on it is that Anakin was never the perfect Jedi. He never was. And it was very like he was always very immature in the eyes of other Jedi around him, which kind of just compounded into his frustration, which was then in a lot of times especially during the Clone Wars, kind of released in just kind of like his ability to release that anger through combat. And
sure.
And I mean, yes, Obi-Wan did train him well, very well, but I don't think that Obi-Wan was equipped well enough to properly handle how Anakin's emotions really were kind of.
I don't think anybody could though. He lost his mother, and like that's why they took the Jedi young, is because you don't want them to have that attachment.
Yeah.
I don't know that Obi-Wan, no matter what he did, could have effectively done the job. So did he do the best as possible? I think yes. I don't know. Maybe it's a different conversation.
Well, no. I mean, I'm fine having the conversation, but it's regardless, it's very much so like, I think it does a good job accentuating where Anakin's character is in the lead up to what happens in episode 3.
Yes.
I think it's a perfect representation. So maybe to some it seemed too extreme. Maybe to some it was a little too ruthless, but I thought it was perfectly appropriate because Anakin is like I said, he's not the ideal Jedi. He's far from it. And so I think it was well done. I think it did a good job of portraying where he is and where he ends up at the end of episode 3 and type of thing. Yeah, that's my take on it.
Sure. So. I do have a small differentiation between the way you feel about it.
Okay.
And it's very brief, but in episode 3, when Anakin does fight Count Dooku and kills him, that hesitation he has looking at Palpatine and back at Dooku, and he's saying, do it, the infamous line.
Do it.
He holds off. He waits. He takes some coercion from Palpatine himself. Whereas in this one, it was maybe because the threat was more imminent. Maybe that's why, where the clones were going to blow up. They were going to die. So was Windu. They could all get off, but they couldn't. And I'm kind of wondering if that's maybe why he was so much more rash in this case to just take out Trench.
Yeah.
Regardless, even if that's the case, the kill wasn't really what set me off as so much as when he left. As the corpse falls over, he looks back kind of over his shoulder and says, "It's been a pleasure." That felt a little much like I've done this before, I'm gonna do it again. Like that wasn't quite where he was in his journey. Either way, it still shows the window into his soul, which is darkening and hardening, and it's getting scary. And I don't know, I'm not really complaining about that. You can nitpick it, but really when it comes down to it, it as a viewer, I'm affected by it. I'm anticipating episode 3, even if I didn't know that was a thing, and it was really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, slight difference of opinion there, but that's okay. That's kind of what this is all about. We want to be able to have conversations and share our thoughts on what we think. Yes, absolutely. I think this arc and this episode were all very good. The small dynamic, again, not something that's like we're gonna spend a ton of time on, but the dynamic between Wrecker and why am I forgetting his name? Not sharpshooter. Snipe shot, sharpshooter. I know what I'm talking about.
With the rifle. Oh, that was.
Don't look at me. We're fine, okay? We have no problems here whatsoever. So yes, the dynamic between them during that whole kind of who's got the bigger gun type of thing, you know what I mean? I thought it was absolutely fantastic, absolutely phenomenal, and sharpshooter. We're gonna call him sharpshooter. Sharpshooter won.
I'll go with it.
He won. Sorry, Wrecker, love ya, but he won. He won.
I mean, the way that was like a classic Halo 3 moment where you bounce a sniper off of the wall on the floor and get 2 kills.
Yeah, you get the headshot on both of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That was so cool. And just
so well done.
Afterward, it made it when he got to blow up the ship.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. That was his compensation for not.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the best moment of my life.
I thought it was a cool kind of resolution to that fun little feud, that little challenge they had.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's kind of like the general thoughts on everything, and then we have the conclusion of the episode, obviously. And I thought it was very well done for the direction they chose to take it. I have my thoughts on this and just kind of how they chose to wrap up this episode as a whole, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
9. I was talking that I wanted more Jedi action. I wanted more lightsabers. I wanted a little bit less guns, so to speak. One less blaster. We got both. We got blasters. We got wit. We got some darker sewing of futures, kind of showing it. I'm giving it a 9. I loved it.
Okay, so that's 9 for this episode. Now, what would you rate this arc as? This arc as a whole.
Now that it's kind of closed, leaves me Echo, right?
Yes, like the Echo arc.
Hindsight, 8.5, 9. Because in hindsight, I genuinely enjoyed to see the restoration of friendship, the trials of just humanity having trust and hurt and destruction, but still coming together in the end. That love conquered. Like I like to watch that happen and unfold. And then too, these new other calloused people with with the Bad Batch coming in too and jumping on the journey with them, trusting Rex in the trust of Echo. The whole thing was just by the end beautiful and super cool. I'm giving that a 9.
Okay. Here's my take on this, and this is gonna be a point of controversy, I think, for some people. I will give this episode an 8. And here's my reasoning behind that. It is obviously very subjective. It is based on my opinion on where I wanted things to go, where I was hoping they would choose to take it. I wanted to see a double crossing. I wanted to see the sleeper agent. I wanted there to be that dark road that was taken that didn't leave them any other option except to end Echo in some way, shape, or form, or have there be like a sad ending to it. I want, and that maybe that sounds sadistic of me, I don't know, but I wanted to see that because I really think that while I'm okay with a happy ending, and I don't think that this was bad. You know what? I will say that this arc as a whole, I'm going to give this arc a 9, but I give this episode in particular an 8 because I wanted them to end it differently. Like the arc itself is very well done, but I wanted them to take it in a different direction. And maybe that's unfair of me, and maybe people will get upset with me because of that, but that is my take on it. That's my hot take, baby. All right, say what you will in the comments. All right, let me know if you absolutely despise me for what I'm saying. Let me know if you don't, but regardless, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. I'm the general, right? Like you can just back off. Okay, I love each and every one of you, but it's okay, baby. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so that's my take on it. Very good arc, regardless of my rating of this individual episode, regardless of my desires. Just because I wanted it to go a different direction does not mean that the direction they took it in was a bad one. So
right,
that is my final take on it. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I'm hoping that they spend the rest of this season going straight in to what we saw in the trailer, going straight into like what they were teasing.
I need some Ahsoka.
Yeah, I need Ahsoka. I need the continuation, which actually I'd be very surprised if we didn't see Ahsoka next episode, because in the original launch trailer, I
think. Isn't there a Mandalorian at 1.2?
Yeah,
like a female Mandalorian looking over a ledge. She had the jetpack. She had the armor at least.
Oh yes, no, that is on, because that's on Mandalore, and that's what this entire arc is like, with Ahsoka and Maul, and like all of this is happening on Mandalore because towards the end of the season that before they canceled the show, Maul was doing like essentially a hostile takeover of Mandalore itself, and and so that's where I'm thinking we're going to see this. And in the original launch trailer, not the one that's playing behind us, but the one that they teased at Star Wars Celebration, they actually show on the same planet that we've been seeing everything on up to this point. They showed Anakin and Obi-Wan walking into the command center, and Anakin says something along the lines of, oh, like, why, like, what was the big hurry? And he walks up to the holo, and Ahsoka turns around and says, it's been a long time, Master. And then that's where, like, that's literally like where the entire trailer ends. And so I can almost guarantee you that is what we are going to see in this next episode, and it's going to kick off the arc that is going to lead us into what will most likely, I imagine, take up the rest of the season, which is going to be Maul and the conclusion to the story arc that we saw on Mandalore, and I think that's absolutely gonna be amazing. I really hope it is.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so.
Anyways,
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Anyways, so guys, I think that is going to be it. We got a very good arc. Even though we may have some different opinions here and there, that's okay. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below.
Yep.
What's up?
We end around the same mark.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yep. We're in that roughly same wavelength. I'm okay with it. So. Guys, like I said, if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow me over on mixer.com/GeneralKolobi. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to POISOnkill at youtube.com/realpoisonkill and mixer.com/POISOnkill. Guys, this is us tuning out. We will catch you in the next episode, and until then, we'll see you later.